rant mode on. You may recall my previous rant about BBVA Compass Bank being the biggest bunch of screw-ups I've ever encountered in banking, and that's saying a lot. Well, I just found out that, you recall, I had to have them send me a replacement Visa debit card, which I needed because they never sent me one. And they never sent me one because after reviewing their files, they had never updated my address, despite the fact that all my statements have the right address on them for the last 2 or 3 years. I only went back a year or so just to verify that the address is correct on all of them. So they had that address, but nonetheless they sent my debit card to my father's address, which he doesn't live there. It must have gotten sent back anyway. So I didn't get the card. That was the whole point of the thing. Anyway, I got the card. I had trouble activating it. That was pretty much the end of the line. I'm not going to deal with BBVA anymore. But to add insult to injury, they charged me a $5 replacement fee for the card that they never sent me. I'm glad I don't have my blood pressure monitor right at the moment, because never bank with BBVA Compass Bank. They are incompetent, money-grubbing idiots. It has been a busy week. I just been, apart from the bank thing getting me going fairly early in the week, we had a firewall cut over and configuring our DMZ, and some late nights and problems with our DHCP server, and so it's been hectic, and I had tons of Camp Quest stuff to do in the evenings, and amazingly, I think my GTD getting things done stuff has helped. My list keeps getting bigger. It's not getting smaller, but I am knocking things off the list. So that's good, I suppose. Just watched a video that Lloyd Bailey put out from Australia, where kids of his good friends were participating in the Bean Boozled challenge, which is something I've never heard of before, obviously inspired by Harry Potter's disgusting jelly beans, and it just goes to show how far kids will go. I don't even know how to describe it, but the funny thing is that James was ready to try it himself.
I want Bean Boozled jelly beans, and I'm gonna try them. Yeah.
Doesn't matter whether he's going to have a jelly bean that tastes like vomit or lawn clippings or used toothpaste. He's in for it now, and I'm gonna let him have it. I am totally gonna let him have it. There's no doubt about that one. So one night at the board retreat back in Columbus, Ohio, after the conference, we all went over to one of the staff members' homes, and you could, I guess, call it a party, but more of a gathering. And one of the things they were doing was playing a newish iPhone game called Heads Up, which is basically charades, where you have a phone, an iPhone in this case, and you put it to your forehead with the screen facing out, and it displays something. Now, everyone around you has got to basically play charades and get you to say the word, and if you do, then you correct it and whatnot. Now, what makes it kind of interesting is that it records video of the people trying to tell you the words. Chicken.
Correct.
And so we tried it here the other night, and my wife is really, really bad at making up clues.
I don't even know.
Rabbit. Llama. It's a llama. Come here. Surfer dude.
Something that I don't think goes.
You're not supposed to talk.
Moo, no.
Water buffalo. 2 buffaloes. Buffalo, water, hog. Warthog. Turnip. Deal. Deal a card. Deal. No deal. Deal or no deal. Heart.
Okay, go back to. Oh, sorry.
Antelope. Jackalope. 4-footed lope. 4 paws. 2 horns. Really bad. I, however, am excellent, and people just get mine right away. But hey, what can I say? Despite the bank foul-ups, I have taken the. I think I mentioned this. I had a brokerage account with my dad, and I had a checking account with my dad, both of which I kept. I have now successfully cut off all the automatic payments that went into the checking account. They now go into the brokerage account. I've initiated having the brokerage account send me a Visa card and checks so I can use it as a checking account. And I was going through the transactions just to make sure I had everything on the old account. Well, that's when I discovered that $5 that got me so ticked off. But I'm just about ready to close that account out. I also have gone through all the stocks that my dad had, and there were a couple of them that have not fared well since he bought them and don't look promising for the future, so I just cut the losses. And I mean, even though it's a loss for him, it was a win for me because it's more than, when I got it for nothing. So I cut the losses there. I transferred some money into Apple stock just in time for it to go down. But I think in Christmas they might be doing well. It's a fascinating stock. All of the analysts put its price target somewhere in the 150 to 180 range, but it's hovering there around 115, 120. And every time they put out some fantastic news, like we just sold 18 bazillion phones more than we ever sold before, the stock goes down. It's amazing how that happens. But nonetheless, I think for the long term, for the next few years, I think it's a good investment. And not to mention that I can't afford many. There wasn't much money in that account. It was just a little. So, 20, 30 shares, something like that. Anyway, I'm hoping it doubles. I'm hoping it doubles or quadruples, and splits. 4 for 1. That would be great. And some dividends. I would love to see that. So Tim Cook, let's see some of that. Let's see some of that stockholder action. All right? Thanks. And for the rest of you, we'll be back. Hopefully something interesting will happen next week. But in the meantime, remember to like, comment, and subscribe.